you all. My name is TJ Bonner. I'm the president of the National Border Patrol Council. I'm a Border Patrol agent and have been for the past 29 years. And on behalf of my 13,000 co-workers, thank you for your show of support.
We love you!
In the debate about immigration, a lot of people are fond of saying that we are a nation of immigrants, and we certainly are a nation of immigrants. I myself am a descendant of legal immigrants from Europe, as almost everyone in this audience and in this country can trace their roots back to some legal immigrants. I did some research on the Constitution of the United States to see if the word immigration was mentioned in there, and it's not. I would like to read the beginning of the Constitution of the United States, which sets forth the purposes for that hallowed document, that living, breathing document. It says, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." The document then goes on to establish a framework of governance and, most importantly, a framework of law. Yes, we are a nation of immigrants, but much more importantly, we are a nation of law. These laws enable 1 million people a year to legally immigrate to the United States. Unfortunately, what is happening on our borders now, however, is anarchy. Millions of people are coming across our borders illegally, reaping the benefits of our society, taking jobs from our citizens, and the people in the White House and the people over on Capitol Hill aren't doing a damn thing about it. Now, yes, you have a few members of Congress who are sincere about this. And I don't want to start listing people because then I'll get accused of leaving someone off the list. We know who those few people are, but we need much more than that because it takes 51 people, 51 senators to get a bill passed in the United States Senate, and it takes 218 representatives to get a bill passed in the House of Representatives. And we're far short of that number of getting real immigration reform, not this phony, comprehensive immigration reform that the President is talking about and that some members of Congress are talking about. We tried that. It was called the Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986. I was a younger agent at that time. I'm not going to say that I was young back in 1986, but I was much younger than I am today and lived through the aftermath of that amnesty. You may or may not recall, but they told us that there were between 3 and 4 million people in the country illegally at the time, and that perhaps 250,000 of them would qualify for the amnesty. At the end of the day, 3 million people gained amnesty. And by the way, amnesty has nothing to do with citizenship. Amnesty is when the government decides that it's going to turn a blind eye and forgive you for the crime. And yes, it is a crime to cross that border illegally. immigration reform waits about a generation because they want us to forget the lessons of the past. We cannot forget the lesson of the past. Amnesty was a huge mistake. All it did was encourage more people to break our laws. At that time, they estimated, and it was probably a fair estimate, 3 to 4 million people in the country illegally. Now, the low end of the estimate starts at 12 million, and this is only 21 years later, and it goes as high as 20 million. Between 12 and 20 million people in the country illegally, and we're talking about turning a blind eye and giving them that most precious of gifts, United States citizenship?
I don't think so.
No. We need to enforce the laws that are on the books. We need to go after employers who are hiring illegal aliens, take away the incentive for them to come here in the first place. The proponents of amnesty would have us believe that we can't round up and deport between 12 and 20 million people, and my response to that is we don't have to. If they can't get work here, if we don't give them benefits, the same feet that brought them here will carry them back home. And finally, on a very personal note, while we sit here in this beautiful day, 2 innocent Border Patrol agents are in solitary confinement, one down in Mississippi, the other up in Ohio, for the so-called crime of defending themselves against an armed drug smuggler. There's something seriously wrong with that picture, and the man in that building over there has the power to pardon them and to get them out of that hellhole that they're in, but he won't lift a finger. Shame, shame, shame. Thank you all again for coming out here, and I just have one last question for you. What do we want? Secure our borders. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. Thank you, and God bless America.